poppin', Trey TV gang? It's your boy Trey TV, and we back at y'all with another reaction. With this one, we got Samson. The name of the song is Tipping Point. When they sent this in, they said it was one of them songs about society coming to a breaking point. I know a lot of people just coming to their breaking point, aka they tipping point. Even me, like I said, my electricity bill, my electricity was $90. The delivery fee was $250. I had to call like, what is delivery fee? Like, how you hide my electricity?
Fact.
But everybody get to their tipping point. Before we get into this reaction, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, man, your boy Tay, the original, man. Yeah. I'm curious to see where this one's going. I like it. Let's go.
Yeah. Before we get into this video, if you didn't like, subscribe, leave a comment, make sure you do that. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Chi. Get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Tipping point. Piano's in there.
Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk and bless his family. I know the devil's hard at work. I can't even fathom all the grief and pain that y'all have went through. My thoughts are nearly impossible to explain, but I'll attempt to. I've already written like 5 intros, so many wasted paragraphs and revised pen strokes. There's just so many things I want to say, and I don't want to say I'm wrong. I don't know how many times I almost threw away this song. But I feel an obligation. I have a platform and people want my observations. This one is complicated. I go back and forth on it. The facts are distorted so much I'm half and half. I'm torn on it, trying to grasp the scope of this. And so I'm asking if there's more to it. Reading way too much and end up actually just warping it. Too many voices echoing, reporting everything. How you supposed to comb through all these different passages and sort it? There's so much information out there, it can make you feel like you don't know what's fake or real. Way too many Facebook reels. Shit is almost like it's done on purpose, just to make us chase our tails. I wish someone would wake me up and offer me those matrix pills so I can see.
Dang, I wish somebody would wake me up and take the matrix pills.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're paying attention, it's not hard to follow on like what he's talking about.
Fact.
For anything, it's 2 sides of every story. You feel what I'm saying? You got people saying this, you got people putting this in this. For everything out there, there's something else to contradict it. So he said it almost seemed like we meant to chase our tail because everything out there, every information out there, there's something to
contradict.
It's like duality to everything. Hot and cold, north and south, east and west. So somebody's saying this, somebody's saying the complete opposite. So I like where you going with this.
Yeah, like they always say when they say that you make a law, it's always somebody know how to break it. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be. I like the vibe though, and my man was even talking earlier about how he didn't really want to write this. He was contemplating, going back and forth, like you saying. How do I want to let this out? Do I want to show them my emotion? You know what I mean? He's talking about people value my opinion. So I owe it. So I owe it to Charlie Kirk and his people to voice my opinion and let everybody see what's going on inside my head.
Yeah, and I like how he's doing it over a slow beat. And it's just him, so you just focus on to the lyrics and exactly what he's talking about because the beat's not overbearing him.
I agree.
To make us chase our tails, I wish someone would wake me up and offer me those matrix pills so I could see through all the tints in the facade. But I can't, so I feel like I should give this up to God, cause it's a lot and I could use some guidance cause I'm struggling. I got 2 different sides that are inside of me just tugging. My heart tells me fuck these nasty individuals, so despicable, fucking trash, I bet they're miserable. Couldn't last in a debate so they had to get physical. Got smashed verbally so they resorted back to trigger pulls. All he did was talk.
That's crazy. They'd be like, the first person that punch you is the person that can't communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the way they communicate, by hitting hands on you or what he's talking about. But I like what he's talking, like you said, it's duality and everything.
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, 110%.
If they can't communicate, they're going to swing on you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Had to get physical, got smashed verbally, so they resorted back to trigger pulls. All he did was talk, he debated, that was all. Never held a position in office or made any laws. He created an organization to display his faith. He sat right in front of your face and had conversations with y'all. He spoke. He never suspended your rights, never signed a single fucking bill that affected your life. What exactly did he do that directly impacted you? Instead of saying a couple of sentences that you disliked, y'all took a couple quotes out of their context and flipped it, cut out the important parts and conveniently left them missing. And
yo, that's one thing that I constantly kept seeing in the comments. You know what I mean? During the other video we did about Charlie Kirk, I believe it was Tom
McDonald.
Charlie. We went back and Charlie, right. And you know, I understand like how the media flips stuff a lot. You know what I mean? They can betray, and I'll be the first one to say you're right. I apologize. You know what I mean? But it definitely goes to the point where you have to know a person. You know what I mean? Dig deeper because you can't just look at the subtext. You know what I mean? You gotta understand exactly what that person stood for.
Yeah.
And I could have dug a little bit more deeper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Understood that.
Yeah.
So I totally agree. They took a lot of excerpts and I, ran with it a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm big enough to admit that. You know what I mean?
And I like what he's saying, like, because a lot of times, like, we just get what the media give us, but it's like, now you gotta do your own research. You gotta do what you call your homework, because they just gonna portray people a certain type of way, and until you look into them fully, you're not gonna know what type of person it is, because it depends if the media like them or don't like them.
Yeah.
It depends on how they're gonna paint their imagery.
Fact, I agree.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he's breaking down here. But he's saying, like, he didn't write no laws. He didn't do nothing to change your life. He not the person that sent me that delivery charge on my electricity bill.
Facts.
Charlie Kirk didn't have nothing to do with that. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he didn't have no type of power. So all he did was just talking to him in debates, just giving his opinions.
Voice
and
his
it shouldn't be all that.
Agree.
Out of their context and flipped it, cut out the important parts and conveniently left them missing. And even then it still didn't sound that aggressive. Shit, if you thought that was radical, then we got different definitions.
Facts.
And you go and compare him to George Floyd, cause he was a father too. Fucking oh boy, what a wild thing to say. I don't gotta even explain, it's two way different things. This shit is not even the same. You can't trust someone that you don't
George Floyd and Charlie Kirk is not
two different things. Complete opposites.
I didn't even know people was comparing them. That's like what they say. That's like comparing apples and oranges.
I don't even know it's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's two way different things. This shit is not even the same.
Nope.
You can't trust someone that you don't personally know. So I can never say for sure that Charlie Kirk would be my bro.
Yeah.
But if I were to go off of reputation alone, I would never fucking let George Floyd into my home. And it's got nothing to do with his race.
God damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't know it was going there.
That's crazy.
I don't know why he's so bad at George Floyd. I don't know what George Floyd did to him, but alright.
Yeah, he going off.
Yeah.
I would never fucking let George Floyd into my home. And it's got nothing to do with his race or his skin complexion. Nah, it's more to do with his lengthy criminal record. Yeah, it's more because the drug possessions and the robberies and home invasions. I would trust him less around my property. We shouldn't make a mockery of him. I acknowledge that. Just because he was a criminal, we shouldn't pile on that. I won't say I'm glad that he's dead or claim he deserved it, but don't act like for 1 second that this was the same person. Just check out the reactions to their deaths. Quite the opposite. Look what y'all did, and look at our response to it. Instead of riots in the streets, we prayed quietly in peace. We never let our emotions go, we tied them to a leash. We never flipped and flew off the handle and got shitty, and left the town crawling with vandals and cops spitting. Shit was gritty, what we saw on the channels was not pretty. The only thing we burned was candles, not cities. So get the fuck out of my face.
Yo, my man going in right now, bro.
I'm saying a lot.
Yeah, my man going in right now.
A lot. I mean, you can. First of all, you can't go into the whole thing talking about how you can't compare Charlie Kirk and George Floyd. That was his coming out was saying you can't compare them, and then say, oh, look what we did and look what y'all did. You already told us we can't compare it.
You confusing hell.
So you already killed everything you said because they're not the same.
Totally confused me because, like you say, I'm with you in the beginning. Then my man went left. And I'm like, the bars, I'm understanding what he's saying.
Yeah.
But then you say, I don't want you around my space. I don't want you around my house. You know what I mean? Because of the things you're a criminal. Yeah. I guess one of them things where you got to put yourself in that perspective. I guess. Yeah. Like we did with my other man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't know where he going with this. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where he's going.
But it was like we said. Also, I'm glad we never listened to none of this stuff earlier. The first thing we said is like, it's apple and oranges.
Yeah.
You can't compare it, and now he's trying to compare. He's comparing the two situations when we already established from the beginning.
Fact.
You cannot compare the two. It's not even the same.
I agree, man. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see it.
Pretty. The only thing we burned was candles, not cities. So get the fuck out of my face with all these comparisons. Y'all are embarrassing. We can't even call you Americans. You follow a narrative, such a typical situation. The minute something changes, these liberals switch their places. There's something wrong with you if you celebrated his death. You say the right is full of spite, but there's hella hate on the left. It's weird, it's almost like this shit melted away your stress. I never saw somebody die and then felt elated or blessed, but it makes sense. Your party's been stirring this shit. There's countless videos of politicians encouraging this. See, they rile up.
Oh, this is like a politician video.
I'm trying to figure out who we talking to. I'm trying to figure out who we talking to here.
It's like a politician saying the right and the left, and he's named politics. I didn't know what this type of video. I just thought
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to figure it out.
But I'll jump to conclusions. I like to hear people out and then wrap it up in the end of what I really thought. Because like Adam Calhoun, racism, like that's the type of video. If you jump out there and start, and then you be like, oh, it's not like that. So that's why I've been just sitting here patiently, just trying to hear the guy out, and then
I think the way he went about it was kind of like creative on his part, but they threw us off because he did it like Calhoun did it bar like one verse, then the next verse. My man did it in the middle of the verse. You know what I'm saying? Where we going with this? You know what I mean?
Been stirring the shit. There's countless videos of politicians encouraging this. See, they rile up their base until they pile up their hatred. And now look, all of a sudden gun violence is their favorite. The minute Jimmy Kimmel got pulled from the air at night, the First Amendment became the left's most sacred, cherished right. Now no one should be punished for their words. It's so important. You're right. Imagine being murdered for it. You know, I feel like my music has been pretty moderate. I never lean too hard in one direction or the opposite. Yeah, it's obvious that I'm conservative, but watch my shit. I think I do a pretty good job at keeping my common sense. But lately I've been giving less of a fuck. I got a headache, I'm so fed up with the left and their stunts. From the messages they pump, a bunch of pedos peddling junk. I used to separate you, now I just think everyone sucks. I'll never be friends with you, ugh. Nah, fuck it, dog, I'm serious. How the fuck can you relate to somebody who cheers for this? Y'all are weird for this. I'm gun salvaging relationships. I ain't picking up broken pieces off the ground and saving it. If you can't say that this is bad and just agree it's heinous, then I don't give a fuck if you unfollow me or hate this. It sucks. This shit has done massive amounts of damage, and you know, it's probably exactly how they planned it.
It's crazy. He getting a lot off his chest.
That right there was your boy Samson, Tipping Point. You know what I mean? So it was interesting. Definitely threw me for a loop throughout the middle of that thing. You know what I mean? I didn't know what perspective he was coming in the beginning. Again, I was riding with him because I think he was talking about his point of view, where as far as he didn't want to even try to write the song because he didn't know if he should actually put his opinion out there. And then we found out his opinion. And it was you know, beautiful mind. You know what I mean? But my man here was definitely talking some stuff, giving both sides, I guess. You know, as far as when he was talking about the George, Floyd situation. Then he was talking about, Charlie, you know what I mean, and trying to compare the two. You know, it was definitely enlightening, I'd say. And again, I think this is why he said he was a little hesitant on giving his opinion, because how deep he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got to the tipping point. I get it. You know, and on this one right here, I'm gonna go ahead and give this 8.5. My man, he was definitely talking some stuff. And I'm gonna just rock with that.
I think the video was cool. I just think it came across a little bit too strong. He came across a little less strong. He could have pulled more people in. And I think that's what he was trying to do. He could have just played it neutral. Didn't have to pick a side or let them know what to stand for. Just speak about the situation. Get more ears on the situation, because you draw a line. And when you make music, you want as many people to hear it as possible, not draw a hard line. Like only this crowd is going to listen to it when everyone's going to listen to it. Especially when you got people like us that really listen to music and break down bars. And when he started off, he said, you can't compare the two. Fact. And then started comparing the two. Absolutely. As an artist, you cannot do that. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And he did that. It's a crazy situation. Before we got into the video, if you didn't like, subscribe, leave a comment, make sure you do that. Without further ado, it's your boy TRETV.
Tay the original.
And we out.